Welcome our visitor. I want to call this meeting to order. And thank you so much. We are well set to start our second session of our committee meeting. And to our visitor, welcome so much. Feel free, be comfortable. This is a committee, a joint committee of lands, fiscal planning, housing and urban development, investigating over a matter which is before us of public interest, and therefore I would wish that we start this session with a word of prayer so that we go to the second agenda of doing introduction. I want to request that we pray. Almighty God, who in your wisdom and goodness have appointed the offices of leaders and county assemblies for the welfare of society and the just government of the people, we beseech you to behold with your abundant favor as your servants, whom you have been pleased to call to the performance of important trust in this republic. Let your blessings descend upon us here, assembled and crowned that we treat and consider all matters that shall come under our deliberation in so just and a faithful a manner as to promote your honor and glory and to advance the peace, the prosperity, and the welfare of our country and of those whose interests you have committed to our church. Amen. Thank you so much. And chairing the meeting, I'm Honorable Amos Kiptanui. I'm the chair for housing and urban development. And together, I'm with the Honorable Deputy Speaker, who is assisting me in this deliberation, and I would request her to introduce herself and then pass the mic to the rest of the colleagues to make the introduction. Welcome.
All protocols of staff, good afternoon. I am Sarah Malel, member representing Kimumu, a member to this committee, and just as the chair said, the Deputy Speaker.
Is it good afternoon? Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Mary Goreti Boroswa, member representing Kipsomba Ward and Commissioner.
Good afternoon, all of us. I'm Gilbert Lagat, MCA Kiplombe Ward, member to this committee.
Yes, my name is Honorable CPS Samuel Sawa, member representing Kamagot.
I'm Kimani Wanjohi, member representing Hurumod.
Mikakati zote zikuwa zimezingatiwa. Jina langu ni Cherono Caroline, mwandani wa kamati hii.
Thank you so much, our secretariat.
My name is Richard Diego, the deputy clerk.
I am Naomi Serem, committee clerk.
My name is Michelle Saina, the legal counsel.
From research, Thoros Kimtai.
I am Maswai, committee clerk.
David Sum, public relation officer.
Sharon Kwambai, Sajina Tams.
Okay, thank you so much for that introduction. Now, I want to request that you pass the mic to our guest so that he introduces himself. And then we know whom we are dealing with. And then I will take up from there. Welcome, our guest.
Thank you. So I speak sitting or standing?
Okay.
Because I've seen. So first of all, so will I stand or I sit?
You sit.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Honorable Chair and all the members of this esteemed fiscal planning and the committee that you are. So thank you so much for inviting me to this committee, maybe to shed light on what you are looking for in your investigations to the matter. My name is Brigadier Retired Peter Magut. I'm the director of Sugarland Estates Limited, which is the owner of Sugarland Plaza. That is, I think, next to this property, the property which is affected by this investigation.
Thank you so much. So I think that is in order for now. And therefore, members, since we have known Ijata, we want to proceed. And now Mr. Makut, or the director, Shukalan Estate Limited, is that the name of your company? Yes. And you will allow me to refer you as such. And therefore, thank you first of all for coming on time. We apologize for taking quite some time. It's because we had another member of the public giving us information over the same. So therefore, you are here in relation to the invitation to attend this committee meeting. We again apologize for having invited you earlier, but we were interrupted by court order which was served, and I want to believe you are aware.
I'm aware.
We had to reschedule our meeting to today, and we want to say thank you for honoring our second invitation, and therefore we are ready to proceed. And you are here because of a matter of public interest, which I know you are aware, but for the purpose of members of the public, and we are live, so that they can know why we are here, and it's over a public concern over a development which is going on in an area famously known as Films area around Block 6, which the construction is being purported to be done on a road reserve or a service lane, and that has elicited a lot of concern. And as a committee, we have the power to invite and to inquire over a matter that is of public interest. So we are guided by our standing orders and other relevant legislation. So to be specific, there is this case of development on a road reserve or a service lane. You are here as a neighbor, a friend to this committee, and probably give us information. And before we proceed, it is a practice that, and I see you are a retired career officer, the information that you are going to give us will be relied upon when this committee is going to retreat and do a report. And therefore, I want to request or to inform you that you'll be under oath or affirmation so that whatever you share to this committee can be binding when making our final determination. And therefore, in that regard, I want to request our legal counsel to proceed and administer an oath or an affirmation to that effect so that we make progress. Welcome.
Yes. Okay. I, retired Brigadier Peter Magut, swear before God that the evidence I shall give before this, in front of this committee, touching on the matters in question, shall be the truth, nothing but the truth, so help me God.
Thank you so much, our legal counsel. Thank you also, Mr. Magut. And therefore, as I start, I want to believe you are aware of that development, that it's a subject of discussion in this meeting. And therefore, since you are a neighbor or part of the investors within that area, kindly tell us or tell this committee, perhaps for how long have you been there, what has been the situation there, what do you have with you, and in relation to that, any document that you would wish this committee to use in this discussion, you are free to hand over to our secretariat so that they can make copies, and perhaps we might retain some so that we shall do further interrogation over the same, especially when doing our report. So tell us, what do you understand about that block 6, where FIMS is, and also your building, famous Shukalan. It is Shukalan Plaza. Yes. So kindly, you can have the mic. You can use English and Kiswahili, whichever is convenient to you. Welcome, sir.
Okay, thank you, Chair. I think, as I said before, I'm the director of Shukalan Estates, which is owner of Shukalan Plaza. As pertaining to this matter, I personally myself raised this matter way back in 2011, 2012, when we were constructing that building. And the reason why I raised is because...
Maybe for the purpose of clarity, when you say that building...
Okay, Shukalan Plaza.
Okay.
Yeah. When we started constructing Shukalan Plaza, in the map, I saw that there is a road which was going through and getting into the other road on the other side. That is starting from our building or our earlier we had an ownership of block 240 and 241. So that block 241 and 240 terminated at the end of this road that is a market road going down, and it went straight behind FIMS to the other road on the other side. So I found that it was not working, because the trucks that were bringing our material had to reverse back instead of going around the FIMS building. So when I inquired, I was told that FIMS acquired, from where they are now, they acquired the buildings behind their plots or their plot. And subsequently, they saw no need of that road. So I think I remember writing a letter to the then, town clerk. And I went to see, I remember, I think it was the deputy mayor, that is Yusuf Langain, and also the town clerk and everybody, because I was concerned. But I was told, you see, nobody really took it seriously at that time, that this is a road which was planned by the town planners a long time ago to be used the way it was supposed to be. And because of my other, duty, exigencies and all that, we continued like that, building the Shukalan Plaza with that road closed until we finished. So that is what I can say about the history of that thing. Now, when we started now using Shukalan Plaza, we had Uchumi as our tenant. The Uchumi supermarkets as our tenant, our first tenant, our anchor tenant. Okay. So when Uchumi came in, and that building has a basement, and the basement you enter from behind the building. Yes. So when Uchumi now came in, Uchumi is a supermarket with using trailers and using lorries which are big, So the manager at that time, or the CEO at that time, when it was Siano, came to me and told me, look, we cannot, a trailer cannot reverse here because the road is closed. It's supposed to go round. Now I started now seeing the major problem that I had earlier reported to the 10 municipal council. But they had to contend with that, because every time I asked, I was told this building, FIMS building, and the building behind it, there is no road, because they all now own everything.
Maybe for clarification.
Yes.
When you say behind, it means backward. It should be adjacent.
Okay. I said, when you look at FIMS, at the back end of FIMS, there's supposed to be a road. And after that road, there's other plots. So I'm talking about the plots which are in the back of, or the end of
maybe for
FIMS.
Clarity,
yes,
where construction is taking place. Is that what you are calling behind?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. That's just the way I'm saying, the back part of it.
Okay.
Yeah. So now, we had nothing to do. Uchumi continued like that. You
Why are
see,
you
trucks-
saying there is nothing you could do?
Okay, because I am saying there is nothing I would have done because I had complained earlier, and you see, as a citizen, when you complain and there is nothing you can do much about, unless you go and seek a redress in a court, which is a long process also. And Uchumi, after complaining, and I told them this is a road that has, the owner of this building is also the owner of the other side. There was nothing that much I would have done. And I stopped there. Until recently now, when the physical planner, Madam Ferro, called me, and he said, the matter that you had complained earlier is being investigated. And maybe you can be of good use to the
Chair.
assembly.
Point of order.
Okay, what's out of order?
For avoidance of doubt, where specifically did you complain to? Which office were you complaining to?
I think, remember, although it might be in my archives, which I don't know whether I can trace, but I complained to the town planning at that time, through the town clerk at that time also, because this new system had not come in. So I complained and wrote a letter which I will maybe go and look and retrieve for the committee to use at that time. Yeah. And apart from complaining, I also went personally there to tell them that I'm constructing a building in Block 6, stroke 241, but after my building, there's supposed to be a road going and connecting to the other side, but it's not there now. So that's the complaint I had. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I want to believe you've. Thank you so much for the information that you have given us, and it's very clear. Now I want to give opportunity to members to field questions, and I want to start with Honorable Marcoretti. From my right-hand side.
Thank you, Chair, for honoring me and giving me this priority. First of all, I want to appreciate our guests, retired Major Brigadier Magut, for accepting our invite. We want to say thank you. Secondly, I wanted to ask, when you wrote that letter of complaint, because it was a written document, is there any communication that you are given as a feedback after you wrote the letter? That is my first question. The second question is that when you went personally, because you said you met the then Deputy Mayor, Yus Langeng, what was her response from her? And from what you've said, it is an indication that this service lane had already been scrapped in because we are telling us in 2011. Was there any construction on the same service lane in 2011? Was there a structure on that lane, or there was nothing? Thank you.
And maybe again, when you say that road was closed, physically, when you before that development came up, you could see it's an open place. It's only when development came up that now it was closed. Do you want to say they built a barricade in front or behind of that building? Or please, when you say it was closed, that is why you went to see Deputy Mayor then, and also the town clerk then.
Thank you, Chair, and Honorable Deputy Speaker, for your question. First of all, when I wrote that letter, I remember I wrote the letter and I followed the letter also to see the then Deputy Mayor, Mr. Langeng. And actually, there was no response because when I went to see the Deputy Mayor at that time, she told me that, okay, we shall talk and see with the maps in the physical planning and in the planning committee and all that. And you know, as a person who was complaining about that, you know, that road at that time, I was told even by the people that I asked around that this road is no longer in use because the plot in front of the films and the plot behind, they are supposed to be a road. As you say, it could be seen, but it's not. It wasn't being used because I think there was some timing of things and all that. It was not being used at that time. So my complaint was, why couldn't the municipal at that time open the road for us to go around? Because we could not go around. That was my complaint. Then you said that Honorable Chair, that if you look at that road straight going to the other end, it was physical, yes. But you see, a road, if trucks are to use, it has to be prepared to be a road. It was just a road. It was just like a road reserve, you know. But you see, you could not force your way around and go around without, you know, the authorities in the municipal at that time preparing it for you to use. So the question that I concluded myself is when I was told that even if you look at the maps at the moment currently, those plots have been amalgamated into one. You see that thing that shows this plot is the same as this one. Currently, I think in the recent RIM or recent map of the town on that block 6, it is one. Okay, I don't know whether the committee has seen. It's one. So now for us, it became a problem because you see when you complain and at the same time you're doing something, you are on duty somewhere outside the country or Moyale or wherever, you really don't have much time to follow. And we just stopped it there, to be sincere. Now, it is now affecting us, as I said, because a trailer coming behind our building, when delivering goods and all that to go down in the building, it has to reverse. It cannot go round. And I think when you're planning those plots, they provide that road or service lane for the trucks not to reverse, because there's no way you can reverse a truck in that place. You can't. If you reverse, it will go beyond the road, that road that is going down. That is the thing. Thank you very much. I hope I have managed to answer your question, Deputy Speaker, Madam.
Okay, maybe a point of correction. Seated to my right, she's the Deputy Speaker, Honorable Sarah Malel. She's Honorable Marcoretti Baraswa. She is a commissioner in this assembly. That's a terminology that we use here. You might not know the details, but members, I want to request next time when you introduce yourself, commissioner will not will bring a bit of confusion. So use member, then it's off. I hope you are taking it positively. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair, for your correction. In fact, maybe my eyes looked at the Deputy Speaker, and I concluded so. But I remember in your introduction, you had said that seated in your right is the Deputy Speaker. So I'm sorry for that, and I think it was through that written Deputy Speaker thing. Sorry.
Next time, members, sit on your rightful positions. It's as a concern. Order, Honorable Margoretti. I want us to proceed. That is, thank you so much. And members, I want to allow you to ask the second set of questions, if any. And Mr. Magut, do you have any maps to maybe to support your statement?
Yes, I have a map here, which is showing our plot, and it is also showing a road that passes through. Maybe you can pass it to the chair, and also I have this is the same as this one, but I have in my phone a map that was sent to me when I was just seated waiting for this meeting.
Okay.
That show the two plots have been, have been joined.
Okay.
And I can even, I can later on give to the committee for their own use. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Makut. I know this is a photocopy. I don't know whether you are in a position to tell us, most of the maps are dated, that it was registered certain date. Could you be remembering when might it have been probably registered, this map?
I can't get your question, sir. You said
I'm
what?
saying most of the maps, they have the date of, they are dated when they are amended. Or
There I am.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you in a position to tell us which year could this be for? Okay,
I can't remember, but to get an RIM of the current situation is much better.
So this is an RIM map.
This is something that was used before, but I don't know whether it was dated, but how old it is. But we can currently see the current index map of the Block 6.
Okay, thank you so much. I think that is enough because in our position we have also the same copy. And if I may ask, in the map that you have provided us with, yes, there is a road behind your building, and there is another plot, 391. We have number 10, which I know it's currently films, and we have other plots. It has been drawn, Is it 391?
391, I think, is the current Juakali shades.
Juakali.
Yeah.
Okay.
And after now...
and I'm wondering, why was it necessary to be drawn? Because I know that Juakali, it was an open field. There was no indication of subdivision.
Okay, I can't know, but you see that sign in 391 is now between 10 and 7, 8, and 9.
Yes.
There is a new map which has been put up here.
Please,
Let me look for something that I think might be the latest.
If you can just allow my Sergeant at Arms me to have a look at it with your phone, so that I compare with what.
Yeah, you can. This map has been changed so many times. But I think what I'm doing about is this road, which is, this is 241. But you can see this one and this one.
Just to give him, I just want to have a glance at it, and then I will return my phone. Is this the one that you have just been sent?
Yes.
Okay.
That's one.
They are saying this is the reason.
Yeah, that's the reason, I think. You see,
okay.
it is connected.
Okay.
There's no road.
Okay.
Yeah.
But again, I don't know if I will shock you that what you have been sending to might not be the most recent. We have another one here from the Survey of Kenya showing plot number 4. You see the so-called block number 10. You see number 10? It has a number 460.
460.
Your plot is there, 241 is there. And now the lane or the road or service lane no longer appear. It shows plot number 7, 8, 9. And then there is plot number 459, 561. And there's another number, is it 470? 436.
Yeah, that might be the recent, the latest amendment.
This is now the latest.
Which is being used by
and maybe
the
for the
developer.
purpose of clarification, you see where FAO, is it Tata?
Yes.
You see?
That's the terminating of that road.
Now, the Tata and the FAO should be 434, 436, there is 561 and 459, plugging Sagu's plot.
Yeah.
So this is the recent one. So there is more than what we are discussing, just to inform you. So members, I think we agree with what I will give you. Can you allow I conclude? So members, I think he has given the information, and we've compared the map that he has shared with us. It shows also how it used to be before and what is in our possession. There is some slight difference, and this is very crucial information. So I don't know, members, in relation to what he has shared with us, I want to give you opportunity to ask, clarify, or anything that is of help. Honorable Marcoret, you can use the...
Through the chair, maybe I will ask Major Retired Magut. Apart from the service lane, do you have any other problem in terms of development in that particular area? Are there other public utilities that you feel that have been encroached on? Could you please tell us? And when you talk about the Juakali, was it actually designated for the Juakali, or it was just an open space that was a public utility? Was it designated from your institutional memory, having been a resident there for a while? Maybe you can tell us, was it actually given directly to the Juakali as per the map, or it was just an open space? Thank you.
Thank you, Madam. I think I really don't know whether there is any other encroachment to any public, place by the developer, but between me and FIMS on our right as we border FIMS, I am yet to check if there is anything that was supposed to be a lane or something, because we are just one. There's no other space. Number two, I found those Juakali shades in that place. I cannot remember it as being open at the time I came in. If there was a plan to have them relocated somewhere else, or if that was their original plan as a Juakali shade for the
okay,
public interest.
Maybe you can tell us, when did you come to that place?
I was there from 1992-93.
Yes, 1992-93.
And those shades were there.
Okay, thank you. Do we have a sewer line passing there? Do you have Eldoret's water passing in your plot? Or where do you get the access of the sewer line and the water? Maybe
now,
you can tell
if
us.
you look at 240, that's currently, it was been constructed into a building there is a very, very big sewer line passing down. And at that time, when we tried to see how we can construct a building in 240, and it is passing through those Chuakali sheds, there's a big, large sewer line, which we tried to see whether we can relocate or turn it around. It became difficult because it is the gravity that is moving at, and the size of the sewer is covering this town. It is so large. You can't even do anything on it. And that's why during the building of 240, they had to leave that space because you cannot change, you cannot divert. It is so big, it is so large, the gravity is so high, and the speed.
Okay, now, when you talk of plot 240, block 240, stroke 241.
Yes.
That is somebody's building.
Yes.
Their plot.
Our plot was 240 and 241.
And this 240.
But 240, we disposed of 240 during the COVID time to save our businesses, and we sold it to Eldoret, that is JDIP. Now JDIP, when he was constructing, he was not able to construct anything. He had to leave some space because of a big sewer line which is in that place.
Okay, my question is, when you were acquiring before you sold the 240,
yeah,
were you aware that there was a sewer line passing there?
I was not aware until I tried to build. To build. It's when I was told that there is a large sewer line covering the entire northern the town passing there. You can't do anything about it.
Okay.
And even the diversion, you see, outside 240, if you go to the west, there's a building which has been marked that the sewer line is passing there, but there's a huge building on top.
On top of a sewer line.
Yes.
And another question is this: whom did you acquire this land from?
Okay, I acquired it from the government at that time. That was 1992-93.
And the government already put the sewer line there?
It was there before. I believe it was there before because we didn't know. I didn't even know. But when I tried to build 240, I was told that you can't build 240 with anything like a basement or anything because it has got a large sewer line passing by.
Okay.
And it passes through that Chuakali line.
Before you do any building, there are approvals for constructions.
Yes.
Were you given those approvals or you were denied?
I was given approval to 241. And that is why 241 is not touching that sewer line, but 240, I was not given. I was not even able to construct. But when I was selling it to JDIP, I told him, there's a sewer line passing here. If you want to construct, you must be aware of that.
So you sold it knowingly that if I sell this to whoever I'm selling, is also going to be having he was going to face the same problem you are facing, but for you already, you've run away from the problem because you've gotten your money, you are free from now the restrictions of constructing the same plot. So I want to believe when you are selling it, behind your mind, you knew what you are disposing is something that you cannot construct on. But the person coming in, after paying you, you told him, now be aware that you cannot be able to construct because there's a sewer line beneath. So I want to believe that one mistake that you did is to dispose the sewer line to somebody.
Okay, let me correct you first of all,
yes.
Madam. The sewer line does not pass through 240 entirely. It passes at the corner of 240. And when I wanted to construct, I wanted something with a basement. But I was told you cannot because there is a sewer line. Now I told JDIP, if you want to buy this plot, there is a sewer line at the corner. I think about 1.5 meters or 2, or most, it can only be 2. I told him, you want to construct, you must move away from that sewer line for you to construct something which will not touch on the sewer line. The people from the municipal came, I think the sewer department or something. Yes, they concurred with him and he constructed no basement, but the sewer line was left. The sewer line is not in between. No. I was not selling him something knowing that I'm selling a sewer line. No,
You
it's not a
disclose.
sewer line. It's a plot. But at the corner of that plot, the sewer line passes nearby.
Okay.
And it goes all the way.
Thank you. I want to believe that that sewer line, as much as you'd say it is at the corner of the plot, where the sewer line is normally placed is along the road reserve. It goes along with the road. It does not pass somebody's plot. That is the regulation that they have at the, from the elders. When they are doing their sewer lines, they don't have to put in somebody's plot. So definitely, when we look critically into that 240 that you are talking about, it could be a road reserve. As much as you are saying it's at a corner, that corner. I want him to maybe clear the air to say it is actually in his plot or it is at the road reserve. Thank you.
Okay, when those plots were drawn or subdivided or things like those, I also got it that way. But the sewer line, as I'm telling you, goes just next to that building, about a meter inside or 1.5 meter inside, such that nobody can conclude, even at the municipal or anywhere, approvals are given, but nobody knows that this is on a sewer line. It's not. Because if it was on a sewer line, it would not have been allocated to people at that time. But because the sewer line passes at, and by the way, even the people who are drawing those plots and subdividing, I can bet they did not know that there's a sewer line. Because that sewer line is so large. So when they came now, when the JD wanted to construct, he was told, maybe 1.5 meters or 2, leave it alone, it's a sewer line. But he constructed now from there, Kuchapandei. So it is just at the corner. And it passes through that road that we are talking about. It passes through those Chuagari lines, and it goes westwards towards a commercial building which is coming up. So those people who are doing developments there, I don't think they are aware that there's a sewer line beneath.
And I'm telling you, they have titles.
Yes, they have. Anything is possible.
So I think, Honorable Marcoretti, thank you so much. Now we are getting a different understanding that even those who are drawing the parcels of land didn't know that there was a sewer line, but they decided to allocate. Ukutane na shida yako baada. And he said very well, alimwambia Sandeep or whoever, hapa, you cannot construct a go down because there is a sewer line.
Yes.
Lakini kwa juu unaona shamba. Chini iko sewer line. I hope Honorable Wanjo is noting that. Honorable Gilbert.
Asante mwenyekiti. Mimi naitwa Gilbert Lagat, MCA Kiplombe. I'm a member to this committee. Na kulingana na maps zile tuko nazo, umetuambia kwamba unajua plot number 240. You own plot number 241. Are you aware that your neighbor initially was number 10 and now he is 460? Are you aware?
No, I'm not. And I'm not because maybe the original maps that we had at that time did not have that 459, as the chair said, 460, because there are amendments all the time when you are acquiring something. It depends on how you go about, amalgamating property and all that. If all are yours, you can get a new number, all of them. So I have no idea. But what I know is from the original maps that I had, we used to have the number 7, 8, 10, 241, 240. But now it's a new development that I'm seeing that the chair has just shared with us. Thank you.
Okay, as per the new development, nimesikia kwamba ulalamishi yako ni kwamba ile service lane, kwamba hiyo barabara haiendi through. Ni kweli?
Yes.
That is your main concern.
Yes.
Na ulikuwa unataka barabara ambayo inaenda through.
Yes.
As per the new amalgamation, ama michoro ambayo tuko naye kwa sasa, ni kwamba nyuma yako kabla ufike plot number 460 kuna chini yake kuna plot number 7, number 8 and number 9.
Yes.
Na between hiyo public land na hiyo number 7 kuna another service lane ambao badala iende through inakata ikija kwa the other main road, ambaye bila shaka badala wewe kwenda through na lori yako unaweza kutumia this alternative road badala uende reverse. Hiyo inakusaidia?
Okay, we have not tried that one, and I have not known that there is a road between that plot na mimi kwenda chini. Maybe number 7 chini kama kuna service lane. But what I know is that the original planners of the town, when they were drawing service lanes, road reserves and all that, they knew that when these things will be done, or they knew when the development of these plots will be done, somebody will not reverse his vehicle. It just go around. That is what I believed. And if you look at what has happened now, actually that road reserve is disappearing. Because if you are the owner of this side and this side, you don't need that road reserve. But we need it ourselves on the western part of it. So this guy, according to me, he has just eaten the service road to be part of his plot.
That is the assumption.
Yeah, it's not an assumption. It's a clarity. It's something on the ground. It's something physical. It's not an assumption. It's something you can see.
As a committee, we cannot conclude today kwamba imeenda, because we are still in a fact-finding mission.
Yes.
Your complaint was wakati unaingia na lori inabidi upige reverse.
Yes.
Na nilikuwa nataka nikuambie kulingana na map ambayo niko nayo hapa, badala ya wewe kupiga reverse, mbona usipige kona na utokee barabara nyingine?
As I have said, sir, I don't know that there is another road between which I can turn. Okay, my complaint has been the service lane was going through, and I don't have to reverse. But if it is allowed by the committee that remains so, and we get a road which is passing around without reversing, I have no problem myself.
And
what is out of order?
Thank you, Chair. The point of order that I'm raising is that we cannot eat up a road to give an alternative to a road. It remains when a road has been encroached.
So what is out of order? Is Honorable Lagat out of order?
Yes, because he's trying to give.
Is saying what is in the map?
No, he's trying to give Mayo, not Mayo, Magut. He's trying to give Magut alternative ways of coming out of the problem. But the problem remains, the road has been encroached.
Order, Honorable Goretti, allow an honorable member to execute a case, note down, and then maybe you will, so that you don't distract him from, but you know all honorable members wants to get to the root of the matter. So your understanding is quite different, his understanding is quite different. And the maps that we have been presented before this committee is what an honorable member is arguing from. So that is where now you can note, so that maybe you can just raise, because even the complainant does not know what Mheshimiwa is telling, but Mheshimiwa is giving him a certain information that there is something. So let him argue so that you don't distract him, but not yours.
As said earlier, we as a house, we have not concluded that a road has been taken. We are still in a fact-finding mission. You have not come here to complain that the road has been taken. Your complaint is barabara ni fupi. Kitambo ulikuwa unaenda through na saa hii inakulazimu upige reverse. I wanted to sort the issue of reverse, sio issue ya shamba kwenda. Na nikasema lori itakuja kwa sababu haiendi through, kuna barabara ya kukuja tena on this other side ya kujoin another main road. I was trying not to justify, but I was trying to inform you that badala ya reverse, there is an alternative route. And you have said you are not aware, and I've made you aware as per the maps that we have with us here. Thank you.
Thank you, Mheshimiwa. I think that's a good information. However, it's my belief that we do the right thing, not diverting the road that was supposed to be used by us on the other side, so that you give, it's now like you are saying, so long as there is a road that I'm going to pass, the original road that the town planners at that time made for me can be used by somebody else in a different way. So,
okay, thank you so much. And again, I know we are all, you know, when a member inquires on an issue, we always believe there's an information that maybe he is expecting you to relay, but I think we are proceeding well. I remember when you started, you said even before that road, it was not in use because the municipal then refused to put it to the right standard, which is true. And I think we are getting more information, honorable members. So I want to give Honorable Wanjoy, you have something?
Just one. Allow me to ask this because you've been there for quite a number of time, from 93 up to now, I believe so. My question is, before this road was taken, this access road that we all want to believe was an access road, was there any road that came up after this road were taken by someone? Is there any new road that came that you clearly know? This one, you can say, you can point out that this one was constructed after this was taken.
Mheshimiwa, with all due respect, I don't think I have known of any other road that was, you know, that when that one was taken or when that one was was, you know, when that one was blocked by being annexed. Okay, I don't know of any other road. Mheshimiwa has just told me that there is another road between that one and the Shuakali that I can pass, but I'm not aware.
You're not aware. Meaning all roads that are there were initially there before even you came.
Yes, Mheshimiwa, I believe that, as I said earlier, for this committee to know is that the road planners, I mean the town planners at that time, created service lanes, created roads behind buildings as service, you know, roads, and it should be so, unless.
My question is not on that. You are not answering this question. The question is there a new road that came up after this one was taken that you know in your mind this one wasn't existing and it came up after this one was gone?
No, Mheshimiwa, sina ufahamu ya kitu kama hiyo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Any other member? Honorable Caroline Cherono.
Shukrani Mheshimiwa Mwenyekiti kwa kunipa nafasi hii ili pia niweze kuchangia katika jambo hili ambalo hakika imechukua muda ili tuweze kuielewa zaidi. La kwanza ni kumpongeza mgeni wetu wa siku ya leo, Brigedia Meja mstaafu Magut, kwa kujitokeza ili pia aweze kutufahamisha zaidi ni yapi anafahamu kuhusu jengo hili na sehemu hiyo ya ardhi ambayo iko katika upelelezi ama uchunguzi. Sina maswali mengi sana ya kumuuliza, lakini ningependa tu kujua ya kwamba umuhimu wake, kwa sababu alipokuwa anaongea hapo awali alisema ya kwamba inamhusu na inamtatiza kwamba kulikuwa na sehemu ya ardhi ambayo ilikuwa imetengwa ili iweze kutumika kama barabara, lakini hajaweza kuitumia kwa sababu anahisi ya kwamba kumekuwa na vizingiti fulani. Hivi sasa ningependa kukuuliza, labda kando na hilo, ni jambo gani haswa unaona ya kwamba lina umuhimu kwako wewe kuhusiana na sehemu hii ya ardhi? Na ndio uweze kunielewa vizuri, ningependa kujua kwamba ni umuhimu gani umeuwekea katika mada hii ya leo, kwa sababu ni sehemu ya ardhi ambayo huenda jengo lile la Sugarland halijasimamia, lakini kwako wewe umeona ni muhimu uje hapa. Ni umuhimu gani huo? Tafadhali ukitueleza zaidi tutaweza kukuelewa zaidi. La pili ni kutaka tu kuelewa, na waheshimiwa ambao waliongea hapo mwanzo wengi wameweza kuguzia mambo haya ya kwamba hilo ni sehemu ya ardhi ambayo imeweza kutufanya hata sisi wenyewe tukataka kuijua zaidi. Kuna mahali ambapo ulikuwa umetueleza ya kwamba ulinunua sehemu lako kutoka katika serikali. Ningependa kujua, je, serikali ilikuwa inauza shamba lake wakati huo katika miaka ya 90? Na wakati ulikuwa unainunua ni mikakati gani ilikuwa imewekwa ili iweze kutusaidia tuelewe sehemu hii ambayo iko katika uchunguzi huenda inaweza kuwa imepatikana kwa mikono yenye iko kwa sasa kwa njia gani? La mwisho, pale ambapo jengo hilo la Sugarland Plaza ambapo wewe ni mmiliki, je, wadhani pia wakati mwingine ilikuwa sehemu ambayo ilikuwa inafaa kutumika kwa manufaa ya umma? Shukrani mwenyekiti.
Okay, nafikiri
asante sana mheshimiwa.
Unaweza jibu yale ambayo umeulizwa.
Yeah. Asante sana mwenyekiti. Nafikiri ningejibu hivi kwa yule member ya kamati ambaye ameuliza. Ni kitu ya kwanza ni umuhimu wa hiyo barabara, namna ilivyo, namna ilikuwa kwetu kama Sugarland Plaza. Hiyo barabara ni muhimu kwetu. Vile nilisema mwanzo, magari kubwa kubwa kama trailer isi reverse but itoe mali na iende round. Hiyo ni umuhimu yake. Na namna tulipata hiyo, ama ulikuwa unauliza kama serikali ilikuwa inauza ama how we came to be the owners of Sugarland. I remember we had gone on a mission, I think, to Iraq in the 1990 up to 91. And when we came back, maybe the government deemed fit to maybe give us something for our retirement. And that is when I was allocated this land, which I later on developed to be Sugarland Plaza. I am not aware, that is swali la tatu, kama Sugarland Plaza initially ama mbeleni ilikuwa imekusudiwa kuwa kitu fulani ya public interest ama public use or something like that. Mimi sina habari. Kama kulikuwako siwezi kujua, kwa sababu mimi kama allotie yote kutoka kwa lands in Nairobi kupitia kwa municipal council at that time is when I was allocated. So kama kulikuwa na anything else, kama kulikuwa na kijambo lolote ambalo lilikuwa nimetengwa ama imekusudiwa kutumika kama kitu ya public, sikuwa na habari yoyote. I was given like any other allotee in this town.
Thank you.
Mwenyekiti, kwa ruhusa yako, labda kwa sekunde moja tu ni kutaka kutambua ile kazi kuu ambayo wale maafisa wetu ambao wametoka nje na wale pia wako katika katikati tu ya nchi yetu ya Kenya, vile ambavyo wanaweza kuwa wanatumikia serikali.
Order, Mheshimiwa. When you say katikati ya nchi, what do you mean?
Nikirudisha hilo neno la katikati la nchi, nilimaanisha ya kwamba wale maafisa wetu ambao wanatumikia serikali katika njia mbalimbali, na hao naongelea wale ambao haswa wako katika sare za kazi. Na ili niweze kuleta kile ambacho nilikuwa nikisema ieleweke, ni kwamba nilikuwa nataka tu kuipa heshima, kwa sababu mgeni wetu umesikia vile amesema ya kwamba ile ilikuwa nafasi baada ya kwenda kupigania mambo yetu ya manufaa ambayo yanahusiana na mambo ya security ama ambayo yanahusiana na manufaa ya nchi yetu kama Kenya, aliweza kupata sehemu ile ardhi, na hiyo ni kwa manufaa ya kamati wanapoenda kuandika ripoti yao, kwa sababu pia huenda hiyo ndio njia nyingine ambapo mambo haya yanaweza kuwa yameendelea hapo nyuma ikihusiana na umiliki wa sehemu hiyo yote ya ardhi. Shukrani.
Asante sana. Sijui kama nilisikia hivyo, but mimi nilisikia akisema yeye kama any other aloti. Hakusema yeye kama akiwa ofisa ndiye aliweza kupata hiyo. Labda sikupata.
Mwenyekiti, kwa hakika naelewa au kupata, kwa sababu huo ni wakati naibu wako alikuwa anakunong'anezea, lakini nimeelewa, nitayafafanua wakati wa kuandika ripoti.
Nitapata kwa answer na kwa hivyo na sasa kulingana na according to the information that we've gotten from Mr. Makut, I think we have picked a lot. I don't know if honorable members, any members still question my co-chair.
Thank you very much. For record, our retired brigadier, I am Honorable Sarah Malel, member representing Kimumu and the Deputy Speaker. Thank you very much for honoring this invite, because as the representative of the people, we really wanted to know all about this matter that it is being undertaken today in this committee, and find the truth so that you also, as the residents of this county, get comfortable. It is of the interest of all the investments, and this is what even the county government and the national government is championing, that we get more investors here. I'm perturbed, or I'm so sorry that very able developers, people, investors like you, was not given an hearing even when they appeared in a public office seeking assistance. At the time of during the defunct municipal council, we want to regret that maybe you entered into the office of the town clerk, of which I want to believe if your matters could have been heard at that point in time, maybe we could not be here today. And that also has given this committee to know that the root matter that we are investigating today can be termed as an historical injustice, in other words. But that one, we are not yet there until now we get to know. You know, one thing that I've picked and I really want you to confirm is that even since you came to that place, you have never used the road that we are talking about to date. No. So this one has been a matter that is underlying from long time ago. Number two, the construction that is going on in that area, if I'm not wrong, from our investigation when we went to the ground, the construction is starting from the face, from this other face side, and it seems it is going to hit the road at the market at the end. Is that the position?
Yes, I think that's the position, because as I said before, it looks like the same owner of films is the same owner of the buildings after this road, or the plots that after this road. That's what I believe. So he is doing what he wants, because it is in when the road was closed and it became part of the two building of the two plots that they are owning, I think they assume that it is not wrong to do that. That's my belief.
During your acquisition of your property, you can only remember films as and the plot that you sold to the other person, that you were the only 3 people.
Yes.
All the other side was a very empty.
Yeah.
That you could not even think one time maybe somebody is coming to
and I also don't believe that at that time he had acquired the other plots.
Okay.
I believe that before he used to be films only on this side, but I don't know at what time that he acquired the building, the plots behind this road or in front of this road on the other side. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what is the size of your land?
It is 0.09 hectares. That's about roughly less than a quarter, almost a quarter.
Oh,
yeah.
It is almost a
quarter. 0.029.
Yeah. The government currently is encouraging alternative dispute resolutions. As people who live in one area, have you ever tried one time that we sit with our neighbors and discuss the challenges that we are going through? Because your neighbor cannot wake up one day and decide that he's closing your gate while you want to go. Have you ever approached films so that we can approach from an humanitarian grounds, not even saying this legal way?
I have not.
Or you, as members of that area, you have not approached that need. Maybe for purposes of this committee, during the last writing of the report, I would like you to highlight specifically the direct challenges that you are facing, the amenities that you are cut off because of that challenge.
The main challenge that we have been having since we constructed that building is that any vehicle, particularly large vehicles, even all vehicles, they must reverse for them to get back out of that building. So when you reverse a trailer or a 10-wheeler truck or whatever truck you have, it hits the road, and it is a dangerous thing because vehicles are moving, properties on the other side, it might not be very good for you. While there was a road which the town planners at that time knew that this building is going to go through. The people coming to this building with whatever truck were going to go through because of that road. That is my belief. Yeah.
Have any people come to you to maybe seek your advice from the time that this matter came in place? Because it seems you are very much comfortable before films started construction. It seems all the people living in that area were comfortable. But immediately films started construction, that is where the danger started, the flag started raising. And initially, you were not using the road anyway.
I got used to what we were maybe made to believe that was the way. Because, as I said, when Chumi came in, that's when I knew that really there's a problem. When they say you cannot, a trailer cannot come unless it reverses from your building towards the other road, which is going down. And that is now when we really saw that it's a real problem. But when we were constructing and we were told the owner of films has owned everything here, somehow we believed it's a norm now at that time.
Maybe for clarity purposes, how things happened during your time, maybe how you even got your title was through the Commissioner of Lands. And the rules at that particular moment of the game was not the same what is happening currently. With the 2010 Constitution, we do what we call public participation for the residents of that area to know that, so this area now, this block is being closed, the owner is, the way you are now saying that you are made only to know that the entire area is for films which were not in your knowledge. Was there anything that you were consulted or what, or hapa tu ni shamba kila mtu, hapa ni town, ni shamba la mawe?
I think in town also, so long as somebody is in the confines of his beacons, and also there's no cooperation between maybe people living in or working in the same area in town, like maybe mashambani ama kitu kama hiyo. So long as you are within the confines of your beacon, I don't think there is anybody who can really, yeah. And that's what happened actually.
Yeah, we have also institutional memory in this house. Only regretting that today they are not here because they are on another official duty. They were councillors also at that particular moment that you had issues. And I want to remember those days, people, the county council could have a very big plenary like this and approved things. Did you approve any development? Where was your approval? Was the municipal, the county council at that time approved your, or you came here to seek approvals? Because this was the house that was used at that time.
Okay, Mheshimiwa, I think you said correctly. During those days, yeah, you will get a letter of allotment from the Commission of Lands. That's exactly what happened to me. And from that letter of allotment, you were sent down to the lands registry in Eldoret to register your property because it was not registered in Nairobi. After registering the plot, maybe now it's yours, you start planning how to build or to construct. And that planning now is when now you encounter the physical planning. It has to be drawn by the architect and all that for the approval to be passed by the town planning committee and the rest. And that's what happened to me. And that's now when I interacted with the then deputy mayor. Because I said, this is a plan, I want to build like this and this, but I'm having a problem here. But in the meantime, approve this thing for me to go. As you know, then it was approved now through the normal channel of approval of those days. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for that information, and that is.
Just one for clarification. Yes. Sir, when did you realize that this plot has been taken? Was it after maybe your vehicles were stopped from going through that lane?
Okay, the main time or the time that I discovered that there was a problem is after construction. But even before, as I said before, when we were constructing or we were bringing materials and all that, we used to have this other plot undeveloped. That is the 240. So we used to dump our material there and all that. And also, at that time, we did not intend to, because the material was being brought to the other plot, that is 240, for the construction to continue. But now, when I realized that there is a problem, is when we started now using the building, because all the things that were coming to our basement must reverse. Is when now it became a problem.
Maybe for clarity, what is this problem that you noticed?
I noticed that vehicles must reverse. They cannot go around. And when you look at the map, there is a road. And that road was not developed, as I said before, by the municipal for trucks to go around. So if it was developed and it was a road reserve that was well maintained, the vehicles were to go around. But now when we started using the building, as I said, when we started construction, the vehicles would not maybe go through the road, but they were going to have things or materials stamped in our plot also, that is 240.
Now, let me ask you along that question.
Yeah.
You said you went to see then the town clerk and the deputy mayor.
Yes.
Because there was a problem. Was the problem the road not being passable or the road being
okay, when I went to complain at that time,
what was the nature of the problem?
The nature of the problem was because there were vehicles that were bringing these materials and they had to go back using the other road. I said, but there's a road here. Why can't we go through? Yes. I was told, no. This plot is the plot next to, passing through FIMS and the plots behind which have been used by FIMS, owned by FIMS. So that is it.
In other words, you are told the road that is somebody's land.
It is now the owner of FIMS is also the owner of this other building, and he sees no need of this road. That's what I was told at that time.
So allow me to, but just at that, just at that point, who was stopping vehicles? Was it now the owner of the plot? Was it enforcement from municipal county? Who was it that basically was telling trucks not to pass by that road?
I said earlier, Mheshimiwa, that this road was not developed. Okay?
It was not possible.
It was not possible.
It wasn't maintained.
It was not possible. But in addition to not being possible, the information that I got at that time is that the owner of FIMS is the owner of the other building touching this road on the west, I mean on the southern part. So it was not possible for us to need to do anything.
Maybe, if I'm not wrong, what I'm getting out of this, the reason why then the officers who were responsible for that could not upgrade that area, it is because it was in their knowledge it is somebody's parcel of land. And that is the year around 2011, you say 2011, thereabout. Are we satisfied with the information?
Yes, we are satisfied.
Okay, thank you. I don't know if there is any other information, and since I want to say we are done, I just want to give the Mr. Retired Brigadier Makut to make his final submission, and I want to assure you that the information that you've given us is very, very vital for this committee, because we are all aware there are a number of issues, not only on that the area that it is being constructed, even the adjacent spaces which are open. And as I told you that they already have numbers, 459, 434, and that is the area where Tata and FAO building is existing. It's on top of a sewer line. And I wonder why they refused, or maybe it was out of your own reason that you inform the Eldoret not to construct that. But I can tell you, Tata and FAO, they have constructed on top of a major trunk, sewer line trunk, coming all the way from Refaro. So you can imagine the level of courage and the cuts that they had to do that. So those are private lands. Even Saku has been hindered by that subdivision. You cannot access his plot. That's plot number 7, as per the current map. Leave alone here yako sasa ya kupiga rivers. Hiyo sijui atapiga wapi kona. So it is very interesting. And so what you have told us is very crucial. We wish you well. Thank you for the information. I only want to request you, if you will be in a position to trace that letter that you wrote to the then mayor or town clerk from your own archives, we will really appreciate if you will submit through our secretariat, so that to help us to make informed decision, because there are more problems there than that one of FIMS. Na mashamba kubwa kubwa imechukuliwa hapo ruthlessly, and take this engagement positive, and no one is going to condemn you or maybe to sue you because of this. You've given us the information, you've given us the map, and we have related with what we have. It's exactly what it is there. So thank you so much. Maybe I give you maybe 1 minute to make your final remarks, and then we shall conclude. Welcome, sir.
Oh, thank you, Chair, for giving me this moment to maybe say something before I leave the committee to do their work. I believe currently in the country, because of the new way of dispensation in this country, we are trying to right the things that were wrong at that time, to make it right. So I believe maybe in this committee, you are in a position to help us correct the things that went wrong at that time, such that, you know, that when something goes wrong in a public utility or in a public, anything public, it affects everybody. So I believe that this committee will do their work to right what was wrong, what went wrong at that time. and I wish you well. As to the archives, I'm going to see whether I can retrace that letter that I wrote to the municipal council at that time. And I'll hand it over to the secretariat for their own use or for your own use as you conclude your report. So thank you so much. I believe that shed light on what you wanted to know. I also believe that I have talked truthfully to what I know as per now. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, and we appreciate. And if you have any other document that it might be valid, you are free to submit to this committee. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you so much.
Pleasant
Thank you all the members.
And I want to take this opportunity to welcome you to a small lunch we have with us, so that you can interact further.
Thank you so much, Chair. I regret that I may not join you, because actually the gentleman who called me, I don't know whether it's him or who, I was not aware of this meeting today, but I was in Kapsabet, in my office in Kapsabet, and I had to dash because it's a very important, crucial thing to us also. So I regret that I will not join you in the lunch, because I had other earlier plans which have been disrupted. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Also, this was an opportunity for you to enter these chambers. It's not easy unless you seek public mandate. So you need to appreciate the engagement.
Thank you so much. I have historical, entrance to this chamber. I have never even set my eyes, not the chamber, even the whole complex of the assembly. We only know that there's an assembly here, but from outside only. So thank you so much for inviting me to these chambers. Thank you so much.
So long as you don't develop an appetite of aspiring as one of us, we wish you well.
No. And even if I do it, I will not do, because I've seen the damage that I've done to our colleagues.
Now, Sergeant Tam, you can usher our guest. Thank you so much. Honorable members, I think we shall remain for a few minutes. We do some housekeeping and then we progress. Now, honorable members, thank you for the engagement. It has been so organized. And now in the afternoon, and it's already 2, and I'm seeing what communication we are live. Housekeeping the